Something is watching. Always. Hello, my disciples. This is Nostradante, and welcome to my world. .emu or Dotemu, whatever. You did it again with the beat 'em ups. Streets of Rage 4 was an excellent game despite some rage moments. Let's go. What the fuck? How? And now, after so many years, we get a love letter of a game based off of the classic TMNT beat 'em ups like Turtles in Time and Hyperstone Heist. Sweet! As you classic gamers know, a beat 'em up is only as good as the baddies you fight. If they are too easy or too cheap, your game will not do well. With that being said, this game has a phenomenal variety of enemies that will make your gaming experience worthwhile. Some simple and sweet, and some a pain in the rear. Okay, enough babbling. You're here for the enemies, right? Let's see what threats befall these radical reptiles. First off, this is a Turtles game. We gotta talk about some of the most popular mooks of all time. The Foot Clan. Silly and dangerous, these bionic bozos are the quintessential TMNT antagonists, and this game displays them in a variety of ways. So as to not draw this out, almost all of the Foot share a variety of moves. Most of them can do this rather goofy punch, which is the most common move you'll encounter. Most Foot Clan members are good for jump kicking, be it as an intro or deploying it when they don't feel like punching you. That jump kick has a pretty high priority, so I usually just dodge it. In classic ninja fashion, the Foot can appear above you with a puff of smoke and perform a downward strike to catch you off guard. It's best to keep moving as to avoid the strike, and have good reflexes by using your dodge roll. And the rarest move these Foot soldiers can do is the grab. Once in a blue moon, some dork will put you in a full Nelson while his buddies wail on you. You can use the dodge button to quickly get out of this hole. And now to go over the variety of these wacky Foot soldiers. The Foot Clan comes in different colors, and each color has a specialty. We gotta start with the one Foot that comes to mind when you think of Foot soldiers or the Foot Clan. The Purple Foot Soldier, aka the OG. What makes this old school Purple Foot Soldier so interesting is that physically they are the weakest, but they are also the most versatile. They specialize in teaming up by utilizing a barrage of punches and are quite good at doing multi-hit combos as well. Some of them will hand you the 3-piece chicken combo with that overhead, straight, and uppercut punch, or just straight up jabs. Some of these guys can anti-air you with a very annoying uppercut, so be careful about spamming that jump kick. Just wreck them with what other moves you can muster up, and make sure you use your specials if they surround you. Remember when I mentioned how versatile these guys are? Well, the versatility comes from the variety of traps they'll set for you, the huge variety of weapons they'll chuck at you. Man, these dudes are real extra about this. And the machines they'll operate to make turtle soup out of you. First off, these guys will hop in a car and drive like they are from Philly. They will either pull out of the driveway to mow you over, or they'll try to crash into you head on the highway. Typical I-95 drivers. You cannot hurt these guys. The game decided that the turtle van is only good for moving on the map and not wrecking these hot rod Nimrods, so all you can do is dodge these creeps. When you are in the air or on the road surfing like the totally radical dude you are, the purple pains in the butt will try to ruin your day by wearing a flight suit where they use bike pedals to deploy rapid firing energy rounds at you. They can do major damage by attacking in groups, firing constantly, and then invading to do it again. Make sure you dodge their initial fire, and then trash them with your anti-air kicks and air attacks. Specials work great if they are clustered together. Be aggressive, and they will quickly go down. Of course they can ride motorcycles. Of course. Because why not? These guys are just born to be wild, huh? No problem. Give them that good old anti-air when they get close, or a well-aimed jump kick to end their ride prematurely. Just watch out for when they do a wheelie. It has high priority. You think these guys are finished? No! If they're feeling really extra, they'll pilot these huge, angry-looking mechs. Oh yeah. They have a tendency to fall out of the sky extremely quickly. As in, you'll see the shadow on the ground and you only have a split second to move before this bucket of bolts comes crashing down on you. Usually after they try to crush you, they'll pound the ground with their hands. The problem with this is that the Foot are morons. When the machine slams the ground, it stuns the driver, which leaves him open to attack. Sometimes the mech will hoist itself to the ceiling before dropping back down to crush the turtles like an 18-wheeler on a highway would. It goes without saying to get out of the way when they come down. They are almost impervious when standing except when you use your special. If the mech is about to fall on you, use your special for major damage and iframes. Otherwise, bait the bozo into pounding the ground, then combo the foot to death after he's stunned. Crazy how the first enemy in the game is so creative, but we cannot ignore the other colors because they can be just as annoying, if not outright deadlier, than the common purple. Here we have the Cyan Foot Clan, aka the Handyman. Why did I give him that nickname? Because he doesn't stick to one weapon. Now he mostly rocks tonfas, which are very effective, but sometimes he can be seen with a wrench or even a ladle. Why? I don't know. But he attacks the same way with all weapons and does the typical array of shared moves the Foot's known for. They do love to attack from above a lot, so be careful. Just trash this goof with any attacks you have in your arsenal. I'd argue that he's weaker in presentation than the Purple Foot Clan. Ah, the Blueberry Foot Clan, aka the Blocker. Look, there's so many kinds of purple shades in this game that Blueberry fits the best for me. This guy will just turtle up with his shield all day until you stop hitting him. Once you do, he'll strike you with said shield. In fact, just walking up to him with no offense will make him attempt to bonk you with the shield. On rare occasions, he'll enter the screen with a jump kick, but this move is nothing to worry about. How to get rid of these guys? I say walk up and throw them, or hit them with your special. Charging up your attack, then letting go will automatically break through their defenses. There's a gap in between them blocking and them hitting you. If you can hit them while they aren't guarding, even better, but good luck. Actually, while they are blocking, you can just walk up behind them and attack them. A bit annoying, but not very intimidating. Ah, the Blue Foot Soldier, the Leonardo fanboy. He's blue and wields swords similar to our great turtle leader. He has two main moves. One is the sword swipe where he goes for a single slash of the sword and evades backwards. Another is the sword plunge where he jumps in the air and attempts to impale you with a downward thrust. Sometimes it is done as an introductory move from the side of the screen. As far as defense, he can block frontal attacks with the sword. A great way to beat these guys is to trash them when they miss with their jump attack. They are quite vulnerable at that moment. Throwing them towards the screen is effective if they start that blocking nonsense. Catching them after they slash at you is effective as well, since they have a cooldown period before they slash at you again. They aren't extremely dangerous, but you don't want a group of enemies with decent range, blocks, and air attacks surrounding you. These Fuchsia Foot Fools, aka the Swinger. This guy is really extra. He has a big old axe, and instead of getting a smaller axe or learning more effective means of swinging the one he has, he comes up to you and takes the weekend off to charge up and hit you with it. This doesn't mean he's a total pushover though. He could charge up the swing while you are distracted by other enemies and knock you on your turtle butt. Also, he has anti-stagger armor when performing the move. On very rare occasions, they can drop out of the sky just like any other foot soldier. Best way to deal with him is to trash him before he swings. Be advised that he can resist being grabbed as well, so be careful. If you want to play it safe, wait until after he swings. He'll be wide open for attack. Just don't stand in front of the dude wondering what's up. You know the deal. I call these yellow foot soldiers the Yellow Jacks. So I couldn't find the name of the weapon in their hands. It looks like a giant jack that behaves like a boomerang. I don't know. They'll most likely try to attack you with this thing while you are distracted. The good news is that if you time it correctly, you can hit the jack back towards the yellow dude and instantly defeat him. These aren't like the yellow dudes from Turtles in Time with that spike yo-yo boomerang thing that does major damage. These guys are much weaker, and you can take them out with regular moves. Just watch out because they can still very much punch you. Teach these clowns not to throw stuff at people. The Magenta Foot Soldier, aka the Indiana Jones, aka the Simon Belmont, the Rope Man. These guys favor wrapping you up with a long rope to leave you open to other attacks while slowly draining your health. And he can punch you in the face if you get too close for comfort. These guys always attack with other types of foot soldiers to make the most out of that pesky rope. If they miss with the rope, they are wide open for attack. If you get ensnared, push all of your action buttons as fast as possible so you can break free. Don't be a sitting duck around these guys. Watch your 6 and trash these guys when the opportunity presents itself. Use any moves necessary. The Green Foot Soldier. I call these dudes Robin Hoods. I mean, look at them. Green, shooting arrows, and stealing my damn opportunity to trash their buddies. Straight up thieves. They approach from either side of the screen in groups and fire off a single arrow, either straight ahead or at an arc like they are the Persians from the movie 300. But warriors, they are not. After firing said arrows, they'll walk right off the set casually like nothing happened. For real though? And I know why. They die in one hit. One hit. The epitome of a chicken wuss. They do no other moves. Catch them lacking and slap them one. The Pink Foot Soldiers, aka the Pink Pain. These guys are truly annoying. Not only do they have the usual punch and jump kick, but they specialize in making a grand entrance by coming from the side of the screen and launching a trio of kunais at you. To make matters worse, once they are on the battlefield, they will do an invading backwards jump while throwing the triple kunais. This can make them difficult to counter while you may incur damage. You gotta watch the size of the screen carefully so you aren't taken by surprise. If they try to punch you, that's the best time to counter. Bait them into doing their evasive jump attack because you know where they will land. Your anti-air attack can help do damage if you get in close enough. Luckily, they don't have a lot of health, so once you got them, don't let them go. Time to get serious because here comes the Indigo Foot Clan, aka the Chain Gang. These guys can be troublesome. They will walk around constantly swinging a spike ball and chain and do damage if you get too close. But what these guys really like to do is walk up to you and slam that spike ball down on you. And they'll do it quick. The good news is that if they miss, they will pause for a few seconds. That is when you unleash your fury on them. Diving air attacks are not recommended while they walk around, and neither is trying to grab them. I say attack them if you know where they'll spawn before they start swinging, get them after they attack, or just hit them with a special to beat them while you bask in iframes. Just don't let them team up with other foot members or else they might make your day harder than it has to be. Imagine getting comboed to death by a bunch of swinging ball and chains while other people are punching you in the face. Not cool, bro. Not cool. Oh, these dudes. The Lime Foot Soldiers, aka the Shish Kebabs. Just look at them. Their MOs is to run at you in groups with outstretched spears or lances so they can run you through, or they will flat out poke you repeatedly. Their hitbox is quite large, so sometimes hitting them is tricky, especially with a short range character. There's some good news. They aren't very bright. When they charge at you, they tend to either run into a wall and stun themselves or run off a ledge. There's your cue. You can dive kick them, but make sure you hit the ninja and not the spear. You can combo them from behind since they are slow runners. You can also wait until these slime balls hit a wall and leave themselves open to attack. If they try to attack you en masse like a woke Twitter mob, use that special and you'll probably wipe out most of them. Best advice? Try not to be anywhere near the pointy end of that stick, folks. In my opinion, the White Foot Soldier, aka the Swordsman, is one of the toughest foot soldiers you will encounter if you let them run around. They are similar to the Blue Leo fanboys because they have the same weapon and moveset. Here's the thing, the Swordsman is amazing at blocking grab attempts and even better at parrying your attacks. They will block your strikes with their swords, and if you hit them, they will sword strike and then immediately evade. They will also jump and do a downward thrust as an entrance or if they gain distance on you. The best way to beat them is a combo as soon as they attempt a downward thrust and miss. You can grab them on very rare occasions, but most likely they'll just block the attempt. What works very well is your anti-air jump when you get close. It catches them off guard and leaves them open to more attacks like your dive kick. Be patient, don't get overzealous, and you'll send these thugs to the scrapyard in no time. These red foot soldiers are odd ones. I call them the plungers. Just look at what they're carrying. I hope for our sake those plungers weren't used. Knowing the Foot Clan, they stole the plungers from the nastiest subway janitor closets in New York City. Anyways, they will do their best to distance themselves from you, to fire a plunger straight at you. If you get too close, they'll strike you with the gun itself. Repeatedly. Such nice guys. Believe it or not, with good timing, you can parry the plungers they fire at you. Honestly, it is better to hunt them down and hit them with whatever you got. You have to be careful though, because sometimes they have anti-stagger armor when shooting. In general, they are not the best fighters. Teach them that gun violence with plungers is not the way of the ninja. Turquoise, aka the Weeb. Sorry, I don't have a groovy name for these guys, but they still have a pretty groovy weapon, the Naginata. Problem is, they are noobs with said weapon, trying to be so hard to be ninjas and can't even wield the weapons correctly. They don't try to run you through like the shish kebabs or side slice at you. Instead, they try to vertically bisect you, except when they do, they get the friggin' Naginata stuck in the ground. You know what to do. Once they are stuck, pound the clown. I'll give them this. They are good at blocking with the Naginata though. Give them a good old toss around if they want to try to turtle up on you. They will also appear above you to hit you with a downward strike, so be careful. Break their defenses, dodge their attacks, and you got them no problem. What a bunch of freaking weeb noobs. The Black Foot Soldier, aka the True Ninja. I cannot make fun of these guys. The purple foot soldiers are what you think of when you picture a TMNT lackey. These guys are how you picture an actual ninja. Don't get me wrong, they know how to have fun, but when you gotta square up with them, they are easily the most annoying of the Foot Clan. For starters, they carry two sides just to piss off Raphael, and they'll use them to annoying effect. They will hit you, evade, then hit again. They'll grab you so their buddies can take a shot at you. They can even appear and disappear in a cloud of smoke like a stereotypical ninja. And of course, no ninja is complete without the jump kick that is standard with the Foot Clan. But one attack is particularly fearsome. The evading triple side jump attack. A mouthful. Okay, it is basically the Pink's triple kunai attack, but with a twist. Anti-stagger armor. That's right, it can't be interrupted. So you'll do damage, but most likely, so will he. Best bet is to string creative combos on them like a slide attack, then doing an anti-air when they jump, and then do a diving kick right afterwards. They tend to power out of your basic combos. You can also do a hit dodge maneuver on them, because every time you hit them, they're going to jump in the air and counter with those 3 kunai evade moves. Get good at evading because they will just spam that jump attack. Honestly, I just trashed them with a special. No time for games with these goons. If you can throw their weaker brothers at them for added damage, do it. Study them, find openings, then strike. If you just try to charge in with a basic strategy, you'll incur a lot of unnecessary damage. Show them who the true ninja is in these parts. And the final foot soldier is an underwhelming one. The Orange Foot Soldier, aka the Mad Bomber. He's nowhere near as annoying as the white or black ninjas, but still rather interesting. In addition to punching you, he'll randomly spawn a bomb from non-existence and toss it at you if you come near. He can't throw it far, but he has great accuracy, so he'll come to you to chuck them. Thank goodness the bomb isn't like the ones from Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde where it will hit you a third of the screen away. The blast radius of these bombs are weak, so when you see them, hunt them down and hit them with whatever you have. So much for concluding the Foot Clan list with a bang. Oh, it ain't over. You think only ninjas and overly ambitious bosses want you to become turtle soup? Think again, because here's a bunch of other baddies here to cause more drama than the comment section of a Facebook page. The Roadkill Rodney. These one-wheeled rejects are back. But in comparison to their annoying Turtles in Time counterparts, these guys really aren't that bad. They tend to enter the battlefield by hiding underground and then drilling to the surface, usually in groups. Then they run back and forth until they get on the same plane as you and then attack. They have a melee attack where they get in close and wildly flail their metal tentacles at you. Whatever the hell the damn things are. However, they are best known for using a metal tentacle as a lasso and tying you up as they slowly drain your health. Luckily, they no longer have a laser to fire at you. To defeat them, let them come near you and do not delay in comboing them. Your attacks are faster than theirs. You could also bait them into attacking and then counterattack when they miss. Now, they have a yellow version that does the same thing as the original, except they pop explosive prescription drugs out of their heads. 4 of them to be exact. Great. Trash them the same way. Just don't get caught in the mini explosion of the aforementioned pills. Make the Roadkill Rodneys into roadkill. The Mauser. Who could forget these cute little metal mice? I wish we could. Though they only take a few hits, they always come in groups and usually by surprise. They are most famous for jumping at you and latching onto your arm, thus draining your health. They jump around the level towards you, and when they get close, they jump at you with their mouths open like a metallic land piranha. They will also do a little Toro charge and attempt to latch onto you that way when they get close. Pay attention to the charge up. Sometimes they will walk up to you and just bite you without latching on. Also, if one is already attached to you and another jumps at you, it will merely do some damage the same way. Hit them with whatever you have. Air attacks are effective, as are regular combos. If one attaches itself to you, rapidly press the action buttons to shake them off. If the numbers become too much for regular attacks, hit that special button. These things are stupid and will jump right into your flurry of attacks. Beware their environmental attacks, since they like to sneak up on you from behind the wall, or the background, or coming from the ground, wherever the hell they pop up at. Beware of any attempts to distract you from the Foot Clan and other robots, then deliver some pest control to these annoying dudes. The Mother Mouser. So, they have a mommy. No, seriously. Mother Mousers are larger versions of our little metal friends, and they have some tricks up their sleeves. First off, they bite. I know, obvious. Now sometimes when they chomp, they actually bite, but since they are so big, they won't latch onto your arm. They'll attempt to swallow you. No bueno. Oh, and they'll do that El Toro charge like their kids in order to come and dine on our heroes. Speaking of their kids, well, these robots actually barf up little Mousers to help them. Yeah, a metal monster that throws up little metal monsters as if they ate the wrong thing at a Taco Bell or White Castle. Sometimes Mother Mousers will hop after you, and other times they'll let their kids do the heavy lifting. The best time to hit them is when they are about to throw up. Weird, I know. They are totally defenseless. Don't be shy about using your special, since these guys can take some hits. Try not to be in front of them for too long or they will bite or try to swallow you. Diving attacks are effective. And smash those little Mousers around you while you can, or else they'll set you up for a sneak attack by Mama. They will fill the field up with Mousers, so don't dilly-dally too long. Hit them fast and hard without taking too much damage to prevent an infestation. There is a Mouser Model 3. Just when you thought the Mousers couldn't get any more intense, someone creates this monstrosity. Just look at this thing. It jumps around like a Mouser, has the head of a certain enemy I haven't mentioned yet, long arms that are composed of Mousers? Just crazy. They'll follow you in typical Mouser fashion and attempt to jump in the air and smash you. But their most annoying habit is grabbing you with the stretched Mouser arms and then swinging you around before throwing you. This can be done multiple times if more than one is around. Even worse is after you break them, the Mousers that used to be on their arms are now free and you are left with two annoying Mousers to contend with. Great. Good news though, they telegraph their moves. They're fast, but not one frame fast. If they glow red in the air, you have a split second to dodge before they come crashing down on you. And if they raise their arms in a grabbing motion, they are preparing to snatch a hero and toss them around like yesterday's garbage. Best bet is to wail into them until you see they are about to attack. You can't go wrong with your special right in their face, since they can take a lot of damage. Dive attacks, especially the dive special, works very well. Don't forget the two Mousers that will spawn for them after being defeated. It doesn't matter how technologically advanced they are, send these Mecha Mega Mice back to the scrapyard. The Tubular Transport. They gave these guys an odd name. I mean, they can transport things. I don't say anything tubular about them in a physical or a surfer's lingo context. To each their own. I'm calling them B-Bots. Cause that's what they look like. Actually, they look more like distant cousins of Buzz Bombers and Buzzers from Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyways, they serve one purpose. Hit and run attacks. They love attacking you from out of nowhere and shooting you with a nose laser before flying away or circling back if they are feeling particularly bold. And that's it for them. Oh wait, there is a yellow version that won't shoot you but will drop an explosive prescription drug on you and fly off. Makes sense. One good anti-air kick will floor these stinging pests. Spam it if there's a group around or deploy your special if they swarm you. Use these B-bots to step up your pest control skills. The Robot Walker. You know, I prefer their model name, the A6 Annihilator. Sounds more dangerous. Even though they only have a laser attack from their heads, don't take them lightly. They will evade and get distance on you before shooting to the point they'll make you attack and miss so they can hit you. They also don't flinch when you hit their body, so they can easily evade and attack you. Basically, it's like a form of anti-stagger armor. Now, if you hit them enough, they'll flip over and become defenseless like a turtle. That's kind of funny. If you leave them like that, they'll eventually right themselves up. This is the best time to trash these killer Roombas. There's a better way to slay these death discs though. Dive kick them. An attack to the head automatically stuns them. Even if you can't outright kill them, at least it takes them out of the fight for a while. This is great for if you're feeling overwhelmed and you want to get them out of the fight so that you can focus on other threats. Give them a good combo once they are incapacitated so you can move on with your life. Rats. In real life, rats are either unwanted guests in big cities or really awesome pets. I'm dead serious, look up pet rats. Hell, I raised one myself. In this game, annoying. Good news is that they only show up in the boss fight with the Rat King. Bad news, they are basically organic Mousers with a smile. And they have a tendency to latch onto you, setting you up for the Rat King's offense. By the way, if you want a boss guide, let me know in the comment section below. In any case, they come from the horde that the Rat King summons. Don't let them latch onto you. Smack them a little bit and they'll run away. Simple, right? I didn't really have to go in depth with these guys because they're very simple and they only appear in a boss fight, so whatever. The Triceratons. Technologically advanced dinosaurs. Just what we needed. A race of reptiles who have been a thorn in the turtle's side for a long time. Literally. One of their claims to fame is using those horns, to run from the side of the screen and then gore you to death. They can enter the fight doing this or repeatedly do this at any angle. Also, they have anti-stagger armor when charging. These guys also have anti-stagger armor when shooting you with their fireball gun. They will fire it a short or long distance straight ahead, and if you get really close, they'll just flat out punch you without hesitation. Now the green ones have a different game plan. They'll deploy a shield that will break as it gets hit, but won't stun the Triceraton, and by the time you break it, you have been burnt many times. These guys prefer a shooting spree over charging you. Best way to beat them is after they charge or shoot. They will react to your hits. Be advised that they have a decent amount of health. I do not advise normal diving attacks. They can anti-air you with their horns no problem. Nothing is worse than being gored by a horned dinosaur in midair. Also beware, they are known to appear as just obstacles where they'll stampede in the group and go off screen. And much like the Foot Clan, they will help out their boss who happens to be Captain Zorax. For the green Triceratons, stay out of their line of fire since they are more trigger happy than their orange counterparts. Attack them from behind so as to not waste time with the shield. Time to make extinction a trend again when it comes to these foes. The Rock Soldier. Oh, here we go with these stone soldiers again. Remember them from Turtles in Time? Yeah, they are still annoying. Much like the Triceratons, they will football charge you from off screen. The good news is that they tend to telegraph their charges with a pose, but they still move incredibly fast and have anti-stagger armor when charging. Be careful, because if you get close, they can straight punch you, knock you down, then do it again. Or they will jab and uppercut you in a combo. There's a gray version that does the same thing, except he loves throwing explosive spheres at you. So basically you have footballing, boxing, mad bomber stoneheads with a decent amount of health with combo and anti-stagger potential. Great! Much like the Triceratons, it is best to combo them after their charge. I say let them come to you after you knock them down, because they can charge, get anti-stagger armor, and get a free hit off of you. Hit them quickly. Their punches are fast. If danger is imminent, use your special pronto. Stay on your toes and grind these bullies in the pebbles. The Pizza Monster. Pizza Monster. Okay, listen. Dimension X is indeed a bizarre place. It is home to an organism that greatly resembles a cross between a sci-fi horror movie alien and an Italian cheese and bread dish with toppings on it. Okay then. So yeah, these guys are vexatious beings. They'll liquefy themselves and travel underground in order to sneak up on you. If they are successful, they will latch onto you and try to eat you. Yeah, in Soviet Dimension X, pizza eat you. I know, lame joke, deal with it. If they aren't hungry, they will punch you with double outstretched arms. Lovely. I found that anti-air kicking them as they come out of the ground works most effectively. Once you do that, they'll be stunned above ground. Combo them quickly. If you do not, they'll stretch Armstrong punch you or go back underground. You can't go wrong with specials either. Just watch the pizza puddle on the ground to find them. Hit fast and hard, and show those pizza who's eating who. The variety of enemies in this game are a big part of why this game is so much fun. Everything from the appearance of the enemies, to the movesets, to the tactics that it takes to defeat them is on point. Now that you have the knowledge, you now have the power to teach old Shredhead a thing or two. Like, comment, subscribe, share! Hit the bell for more notifications for my content, folks. It was great making content for all y'all again. This is Nostradante, signing the frig off. Peace in the Middle East, chicken grease, all of that groovy stuff.